Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today, and thank you for joining me in an Advent Countdown project. Today's is a requested project. This is, I'm calling it my frosted treat box, and this is because the lovely Gail got in touch with me and she said that she was going to be giving her daughter an EOS lip balm. Now this is an EOS lip balm, I'm assuming I'm pronouncing it correctly. That is the balm there in the dome, and they come in these fabulous, funky holders like that, so you kind of throw it in your handbag. Oh, I've just got a waft of that. This one's a lemon drop. But the packaging that they come in is really uninspiring. I might possibly have had to have bought a few options because I couldn't decide which colour I was going to work with. So yeah, you know, I mean, I'm presuming that would hang on the shelf. It's a bit uninspiring, so I agreed, yes, I would come up with something for her. And I came up with this because I felt it would be a giftable Christmas project. This is the one I'm going to use today, so I'm going to peel it out of its packaging. Sweet mint, I think it is. Should we have a look and see if there's a colour inside? Oh, no. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a very strong smell. So yeah, the packaging was uninspiring. Let's do something fun and funky. And inside here, and this is a vellum box that has been stamped, is my EOS lip balm. And I haven't stuck that one down, so this, I can't remember what flavour that was. But in here is a little floral decoration that I've made with a spiral flower die. Let me pull it out so you can see it. And this was kind of a nod to the Easter one I did, which was layers of the spiral flower die, and then an Easter egg went inside, and it went in a clear bag that those who watched the video saw me fight like crazy with this blooming acetate, the window sheets. So I decided I would do something similar, but not quite so hard. So anyway, I shall stop chattering and I shall start building. Okie doke. So the first thing you need, oh, I haven't turned my notes over. So I'm the right notes. Okay, what do I need? Pages everywhere. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we need a piece of vellum that is 11 inches by 7¼ inches, which is 27 by 18 centimetres. You can stamp first or you can stamp after. It doesn't make a difference actually. This has been stamped afterwards. I might as well just stamp first. And the stamps that I've got is the Many Merry Stars. This is the one that's in the supplement, so it is limited edition. Get it while you can, because when it's gone, it's gone. This matches the Many Merry Stars stamp set. It doesn't at all. It matches the Many Merry Stars kit, and it also matches the stars framelets. So ideal. I actually used this snowflake for the original project, but I love it. I've just re-inked my StazOn. It's very sticky. Let's try and get hold of it. So I love all of the supplement stuff. Stampin' Up's never done a supplement before, so this is a trial run for them as much as it is for us. And I suppose if it's popular, they will do it again, I suppose. I've loved everything in it. I'm trying to use as much as everything as I can in my videos. Obviously I do crafting. Not all of my projects make it into a video, and I have used everything, but I'm loving it. Awesome. Right, so there we go. Gorgeous stamp set, photopolymer. Brilliant. So that is my beautifully stamped up vellum. Can you see that? Isn't it gorgeous? Right. Oh, actually, I'm going to leave that to dry because I'm going to bring in my Big Shot now and I'm going to do the flowers inside. I'm forgetting where I'm going. You need your Big Shot, 2 cutting plates, and oh, that's the wrong one. You need that one. That is the spiral flower die. 3 pieces of cardstock. On my first one I used Marina Mist because that's the colour that matched the lip balm. This time I'm using Pool Party because, as you can see, perfect match. And some silver foil, and this time Dazzling Diamonds glimmer paper. And so I'm going to lay that out, and I'm going to do all 3 at the same time. And I'm actually putting the glitter between everything because I don't actually want glitter welding itself either to my cutting plate or to the die. So grab the Big Shot and scroll it through. And yeah, you can do everything all in one go. easy. So everything, all the parts will pop out and separate. There we go. And I find it easier to actually just roll everything all in one go. We're going to grab the inner part. We are actually going to cut that off afterwards, but I want to grab it now while I'm rolling. So I roll, I've got a pair of round nose pliers because I've actually lost my tweezers that I usually use, and I'm just going to go round and get it all started. Roll it all the way up. You don't have to glue it closed. Normally when you're making roses you get to your final part and you put a big blob of glue on that part where my thumb is. Oh look, I've moved out of camera shot. You normally put a big old blob of glue there and close it up, but I do obviously want this to unroll a bit. So, get my pliers out. And that's really quite pretty as it is. Let's squish it down, because I have no time, I'm a busy crafter, to curl each of the individual petals, bone folder on top, and just squish. Squish, squish, it's a technical term. I have lots of technical terms. In my crafting, that's just kind of how I am, really. Obviously that balm is just going to sort of sit on top, which is no good, so I'm going to cut off maybe a spiral and a half. I think you probably just have to eyeball it yourself and it should fit inside pretty well there. That's pretty good. Okay, I like that. That's working nicely. So I can now put some bits of glue around. There we go, after my paper piercer and my mini glue dots, because I like those. I think they're great for, they're so super strong. So I'll have one there. And I think I might have another one in this inner layer. And that will just sit nicely, and then when it goes in the box it will close itself up a little bit more. So let's make the box. Now that this should be dry. It's looking pretty dry. Move that out of the way. And the balm's just rolled out of the thingy because I've just put it on something wibbly and it's wobbled and fallen. Okay, so 11 by 7 1/4, 27 by 18. On the long side, we're going to score first. I will give you the measurements in a second, but what I will say is that vellum will curl and sort of bend as you're scoring. So keep an eye on the fact that this side and the top are definitely anchored in place. So do keep an eye on that. The first prototype I made, I'm just looking at it going, why is it all wobbly? Why is it not lining up? It's because my paper had slowly done that without me realising, so do keep an eye on it. Okay, stop talking. 2 5/8 of an inch, 5 1/4, 7 7/8 of an inch. So you can see it's beginning to fold up there, and 10 1/2 inches, which in metric is 6 1/2, 13, 19 1/2 and 26 centimetres. Okay, turn it around and exactly the same. Keep an eye on this, because like I say, it wants to move. 2 5/8 of an inch, 4 5/8 of an inch, 6 3/4 of an inch. Okay. There we go, that's done. Oh, and in metric, that's 6 1/2, 11 1/2 and 17 centimetres. And now fold it, and fold your longer lines first, or rather fold the ones that are on the length first. And don't do exactly what I have just done and knock your score line off alignment. There we go. Oh, look, I've just done it again. There we go, that's got it back on track. Vellum is a marvellous product, but it has a bit of attitude and you have to kind of let it know who's boss. Currently, I'm not sure that I am the boss. So the finished dimensions of this, so when it's fully built and fully made, it's 2 5/8 of an inch wide, but only 2 inches tall, which is, I'm going to tell you the metric in a second, 6 1/2 centimetres wide by 5 centimetres tall. Obviously it goes a little bit taller into the peak part. up into here, but the bit where you would perhaps put a product nestling is 2 5/8 by 2 inches, so 6.5 by 5. So that's the kind of size you're working with. There's lots of projects floating around on Pinterest at the moment working with vellum and stamping that are for got tea lights and things inside. I would not recommend, obviously not real tea lights, but battery operated ones. I really even wouldn't recommend putting one of those in a sealed project. Make sure it's open, because you're still going to get heat involved. So be careful with vellum and heat. Okay, right, bits to remove. Skinny, you've got a skinny line across the top and then wider at the bottom. We need the skinny down here, that's got to go. And then cut up the score line. So this is a very traditional milk carton shape, style and closure. And you've perhaps seen one of my videos before that's like this. If you have, thank you for sticking around. If you haven't seen my projects before, hiya, nice to meet you. I am admittedly ever so slightly bonkers. So we need some sticky strip there, and on this bit, which is number 2, the second one away, but on the opposite side. So what's going to form up and close the base of your project. So trim that off. Why is it that I have a paper piercer and they vanish? There we go, here it is. So fold over. There you go, stick that down, and yes, you can see a seam. You're going to with vellum. Just make sure that bit's at the back. Fold your sides in, and then the back, and then this is the front, so that it flows round prettily. Peel off that. And then before I put everything inside, I want to make sure that it's going to pop and close okay. And hopefully you can see, if I put my shadow there, you can see that it's creating a shadow here of a triangle, and it actually looks very attractive in real life because you can see it through. It goes white. You're seeing it as black because of my spotlights. It appears white in real life. I shall hopefully make sure that the photos show that well. Crocodile or something to punch some holes. And then I can now put my lovely little rose flower arrangement inside. So I'm going to tighten it up, get some adhesive on the bottom. What have I got to hand here? I've got fuse that's sticking all over the place. So I want to tighten it first to actually fit it inside, and then it will unspiral itself. There you go, so that's now stuck to the bottom, and that's quite pretty in there. This inside, you could put a little blob of adhesive on the bottom if you wanted to. Close that back up, and then some ribbon, which did I get it out? Oh, I did, here we go. So I've got the Pool Party cotton ribbon I used. On my other one I used the silver taffeta ribbon. I just fancied using the Pool Party as well, just sort of bringing the colours. Not that you can hugely see them when you look through the vellum, but I know it's there. It's a theme. And I decided not to over-decorate the packaging either, because or rather put loads of, tags and stamping and sentiment and what have you, because I felt that the bag was pretty enough to not require anything else. There we go. So pull that through, tie a knot and a bow, and it will be done. Okay, my bow only twisted on one side. That's better than it has been. So there we go. That's how it is. I can't, yeah, you're not seeing the prettiness of the stamping on the video hugely well. I will make sure that the photos show it beautifully, but it's so gorgeous. Look, that's the one I haven't anchored down, and it's lovely. I really like it. I hope that Gail does, and her lovely recipient likes the EOS Balms. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to speak to you soon. Bye.